Is that Crab Man?
I see a crab bandit.
He's here.
He's here. The Crab Man. You're looking lean. You're looking lean and you're looking mean.
All that water going out, get out there, what, 90-some degrees?
Yeah.
Working on the water every day.
Hell yeah, dude. You look like you're ready for battle.
Oh, ain't we all?
Hell yeah. I am now.
How many classes you pulling?
I'm just doing 2 because I don't have a lot of money.
5.
God damn!
I'm thinking about jumping in 2 more.
I'm filming this thing, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tremendous. What classes are you doing?
The 50 and over, 60 and over, 65s, 50s, 60s, and 66 to 198s left-handed, and then 2 right-handed classes
What's up?
at 60 and over. 50.
That's a terrible idea.
Strength. It's more of a upper body.
I was telling Aaron I learned a lot in just the one sit down I did last year. I learned a lot in one day about being in battles. They're coming in by the boatloads. They're coming in by the boatloads.
I've been to a couple practices, but I can't pull. I can't go out and unload that boat out of the back of my truck.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything I do is by hand.
Yeah.
Look at these hands. I mean, look from rope. That's from rope.
Damn.
That's from rope.
Oh shit, that shit is raw.
Oh no, that's just as like a.
It's hard.
Oh yes, sir.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
That benefits you.
That's why everybody don't want to lock up with me, because my hands.
Like 2 goddamn stones.
But they're like.
Because he wiped his ass.
Richard, I was going to wish you luck, but I'm coming. I'm gunning for you.
Sitting here with Khalil Grizzly. Just getting ready to get this thing going. Hey, what goes through the mind of an arm wrestler before a tournament begins?
Oh man, well, you gotta eat good, you know, you gotta sleep well. You gotta make sure nobody in the room is snoring.
He's gotta make sure.
Aaron Hickson.
Tell him about it.
Alright, dude snores like a lion. I was having dreams about lions.
Bro, it was the loudest shit we ever seen. We slept 0 minutes last night, but God love him for letting us stay there. Am I right? Hey, tell us how you got the nickname Grizzly.
My friends used to call me Boo, like from open season, because I'm rough on the outside, but I'm a sweetheart on the inside. True story.
True story. It was your first sit down, am I wrong?
Yeah, did about a year of stand-up arm wrestling. Now,
Where you from?
Legs. Oh, you already know me. I'm from the district.
He's from the center. He's from the center of the action, the belly of the beast.
United
All right, man.
States, man.
Well,
I'm ready.
look for this man to do some damage today. What classes are you doing, my friend?
I think, I don't know, man, but I'm 179.
When they call his name, you go up there. That's how it goes, yeah? Well, there you have it. You heard it here first. Let's see how this man does today. Sitting here with Roger Bailey. We're just getting ready to start these sit-down nationals. I'm going to say 2 words. Nixon, Bailey. Tell us about it.
Hickson stands no chance. I mean, he's had a hard-on for me since I started the sport. And for a year now, never has had one win on me yet. He fouled out the first match on sit-downs, and then the second winter slam that we had didn't have a chance. I found his move.
I called their super match, and I didn't know. I didn't know you guys knew each other. I thought it was legit heat. The build-up was tremendous. And yeah, I went nuts calling that match. It was back and forth. What really changed it for me, for you, like I gained a new level of respect for you, is like he took you quick those first 2, was it 2 or it was
two
not?
matches, first 2 matches?
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, this is gonna be quick. But then I started to notice a change in his face where it went from concerned and focused to an evil grin. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I seen the transformation. I go, what the fuck is happening? This is, I said, he's been planning this the whole time. I said, the bait and switch. He's falling for the classic fucking blunder. I said, I was going nuts. And then he bled Aaron out and just came back and won it. And Aaron hasn't been able to forget it ever since.
His downfall is he did the same thing more than once.
Yeah.
And as soon as he did the second time, I was like, all right, he's going to keep on doing that same over the top.
Yeah.
Take my hand right off the bat. So as soon as I figured out that his bicep was lacking a little bit, shot him in the straps and got him in.
Yeah.
As soon as I felt him on the straps.
A big part of you know, winning in the tournaments, especially as people know what they're doing. You might get away with one thing one time, but if you rely on that, you get figured out pretty fucking quick.
You're one-dimensional. You're not going to make it.
Yeah. So how long you been arm wrestling?
Going on 2 years now.
One thing I really like about you is I think to really excel in this sport at a quicker rate, you got to travel to the big names and travel with the big guys. You know what I mean?
You have to find the ones.
So you're getting a wealth of knowledge a lot more quicker than say someone like myself who just trains in Philadelphia for the most part. So I mean, I think that's you're going a lot of places. You're going there fast.
Granted, it is very discouraging to go against somebody like Michael Todd or Travis.
Speaking of that, what does it feel like to grab those hands, man? What's the torque like? A complete other world?
There's just 2 different kind of styles.
It kind of brings you back to reality, like
like I'm nowhere close. Nowhere close.
I noticed that when I went to Ohio. It was the first time I traveled out of a state for a tournament. I haven't even been doing this a year yet, but I'm a very passionate person, so I'm like, I got more out of arm wrestling off the table than on it, just from the guys I've met, pros who take the time for assholes like me who don't know anything and actually show us. One thing I really like about the sport is the egos are put to the side for the most part. Like the passion for the sport, and like they're showing us things because they want the sport to grow, and versus like you just want to beat everybody and being a dickhead about it. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't expecting that. I expected, but that's tremendous.
The brotherhood in arm wrestling.
Oh my God! Listen, I played semi-pro football and softball for like 20 years in the same town with the same friends. I don't regret it. It was fun. But in the year that I've done this, now I have friends halfway through the. I mean, I'm not going to their house and having dinner, but I have.
That's the thing.
But yeah. And
I go 11 o'clock on practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, practicing is the thing is, unless you're dedicated to a team in itself, in my opinion, you grow more when you touch different hands,
Yeah,
when you
for
feel
sure.
different people. You can get better with just the same group because
Right.
you're going to learn their moves.
Right.
You're going to get better in their dimension.
Yeah.
But if you go against, you know, Michael, Travis, any top elite guy, Paul Lynn, they show you where you're lacking. They go right to
They
your
can
weak.
they can pin it. They can pin it out to you
And
in a
they're
hurry.
fast with it too. They're faster on identifying where you're lacking, and that's
Wow.
what I need.
And you can tell that just by gripping someone up, huh?
Oh yeah,
See how this
just
is
setting up with someone, you
learns-
tell right off the bat. Unless there's a no load with the person, you
Yeah.
always tell what they're going to shoot.
There's
for.
so much that's decided just before the fucking go even starts.
Set
You
up.
know, some guys. Here, I have a question for you. This is something because I don't know. Sometimes I think too much, but I've seen two kinds of people like step up to the table and get in this quote unquote zone. There's the guys who like they may turn around or whatever they do, and then they scream or whatever they do, and they turn into an animal. And they get up on the table, and I've done shit like that, but I felt that I would burn, I exert a lot of energy, feeling all this rage. And then there's people who are just totally 100%
Quiet.
calm and fluid.
Scary.
Would you say that you are one or the other? Do you do both, or are you just?
I mean, there's the last one I got really cranked up for. The one I was actually screaming in the crowd and stuff was at
Yeah.
the at James and Michelle.
I guess you just go with the moment, right?
It's with the crowd.
'Cause it's not like you see a guy and you're like, I'm gonna put.
when it's loud and you're
You
in
feel
it.
in the
You're
crowd.
feeling it. Oh, it's a
I can't imagine what pulling a wall mat, you know, with a lot of people cheering for you. That must be intense, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can
So-
only imagine.
What can we expect from Roger in the next year or so?
Full dedication.
Full
I'm
dedication.
gonna learn everything I can. I know I got at least 5 years before I even
Yeah.
get to be on that level.
Guys
I
like
shoot
even
for
like
anything.
Paul Lynn and anyone that you see on the wall, it's not like
It
they've been
takes
doing it
five-
for 2
5
years. Yeah, no
5,
doubt.
10, 30 years. Michael Todd, 30 years.
30. Yeah, you really got to check your ego at the door if you want to excel at this sport. You know what I mean? Well, Roger, it was a pleasure talking with you. Keep an eye on this man. He's going somewhere. I'm sitting here with an arm wrestling legend. Who are we talking to?
I'm
here?
Mike Ondrovic from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Started wrestling in 1978. It took me 9 years to get, I won my first world title in 1987 in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Started doing a lot better after 3-4 years. Back then when I started, there was no left-handed.
I see that now a lot.
It
There's
was
not a
always
lot.
right-handed.
Why do you think so? Just because most people are right-handed?
It was just really...
I always wondered that.
It's really starting...
Even in the wall nowadays, it's mostly right-handed. You know what I mean?
Right. Most people trained right-handed. They were right-handed.
Yeah.
If you were left-handed, you were out of luck.
Yeah.
There were no women. There was no novice class. Hence why my right arm is an inch bigger than my left. I do not
I
train
see.
left-handed because I
Yeah.
don't wrestle left-handed.
Right, right.
I'll warm people up left-handed.
Yeah. Who was? What would you say would be? What was the toughest thing for you in the beginning to overcome when you first started?
The initial elbow pain that you get.
I'm glad you said that. It brings me to my next point. When I first started arm wrestling, for the first, I'd say 3 or 4 practices, I would have to put my arms on the steering wheel and leave them there for 20 minutes because I could not move. There were times I walked out of there and I go, what the fuck am I doing? My hands were so blown up, I thought if I wag like this, I'd probably fly away. So it's funny you say that because I felt that was the exact
No one
same
ever
thing.
forgets that. That's a pain that you
Yeah.
either got to stop arm wrestling for about 2
Yeah.
months or you got to work through it.
This brings me to my next point. Injuries versus being sore. I have a problem personally with knowing the difference. Sometimes I train when I'm hurt and it makes things worse. And sometimes I wonder if I'm just like babying her. You know what I mean?
Right.
How do you tell the difference as to when you need to chill out or when it's just... Because I feel like in some shape or form, you're always sore as an arm wrestler, aren't you?
At my age now, I'm going to be 65 in November.
Yeah.
And at my age, I'm always sore.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
if
just
I'm
get
hurt.
used to it.
I just keep working through
I
it.
have a back trouble, and every minute of every day I'm in pain. So you either crumble or you learn to make friends with pain. You know what I mean?
Ibuprofen's my best friend right now.
Yes. So what was it like arm wrestling back then versus what it is like now? How would you, like the NFL, back in the 70s and 80s, versus now it's mad
seemed
different.
Like when you went to a tournament, there was only unless they were just starting out, you had people that were very good. You had, if you had 10 people in your weight class, 9 of them were top quality arm wrestlers. Where here, at least now, when you get up there, you get the newcomers.
Would you say the quantity, not quality, but the quantity of arm wrestlers was a lot smaller back then versus now?
Yes, much.
But everybody was doing it for, you know, these weren't just random guys. Those
were the ones where, you know, they
so
were
back then it was
guards.
quality, not quantity. Tremendous.
I didn't have many people to train with.
Yeah, how did you train? Did you do everything on your own?
Pretty much we did on our own.
What are a couple of things that you did on your own, like training-wise?
Hammer curls, wrist curls, push downs.
Because I know today arm wrestlers have custom, like all kinds of crazy equipment these days. It's just like they build these things out of nothing, and I'm just like, I can't.
Side pressure is big, you know, and hand control. If you control the guy's hand, most of the time you control the match.
Yeah, as I used to wonder how I'd see smaller guys take down these big muscle guys, and they probably just took their hand.
Practice to go. Yeah. That was hard for me to do because I really didn't have anybody to practice with.
Yeah.
You know, there would be nothing for me to go to Maryland or up into New York. Even I used to go down to Virginia from Pennsylvania just for practice.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's been a blessing and an honor talking to you. You're competing today, right?
I certainly am.
What
I'm
class
in the
are you
Open, and then I'm in the Masters over 60.
Tremendous. I look forward to calling your match.
Okay.
Pleasure talking with you. Thanks. Yep. This is warm up. Is he working?
Don't separate. Stay tucked in. Stay tucked in. Stay tight, Mike. Stay tucked in. Stay tucked in.
Not giving up. This guy's tremendous here. Look at this. Look at this.
There you go. Watch his ass. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Let's go, Mike.
Oh, this guy's two legends of the sport. The sit-down's a hell of a lot different.